yes, I had the most wonderful time with my little brother Lincoln, and we went to the water park next when the rest of our sisters showed up, and we all had a wonderful rocking literal blast at the water park, and everything was going fine. And also during that night, I met my fire elemental named Blaze for the first time. And while we were all stuck in the underground cave together, and Lincoln met his own, made completely out of air clouds. And his name was Puff, and Lenny met hers, a water elemental, and her name is Kina. And Lenny thinks she is so cute. And Luna and Sam have their own elementals. One, a rock elemental named Chip, and a diamond elemental named Shard. And they were both their elementals. And they were quite rocking. And Luann has a nice elemental named Bliz. And she was her ice elemental. While Lynn has her own elemental made completely out of stainless steel. And his name was just Steel. And Lisa, with her own electric elemental named Sparksy, and she was quite electrifying. And since we got our own elementals for everyone who were in that cave, and also I was forced to look at a book by Blaze to show me how I can transform myself into an elemental. And with my magic words, I said, Blaze flame on. And in an instant, I immediately undergo a transformation into a fire elemental myself. And that would be really, literally amazing. And I look unrecognizable too, but I am still flaming up. And I was a flaming fire-themed superhero now. And also, Lincoln was also seeing me in my new form. So he decided to try out too and called his magic words and said, Puff, let's fly. And Lincoln turned into a cloud-themed elemental, and he had a nice super suit also, and he was really the man with the plan for real. And Lemmy was turning into a water elemental herself, and she too has a new super suit with pressurized water gauntlets and cool pair of goggles. And she looks totes fabulous in her new watery look. And she was so happy that she can really stand it for sure. And then it was Luna's turn to transform, and she turned into a rock elemental made completely out of rock and stone. And she looks really rocking indeed. Wow, I look totally rocking. Luann soon turned into an ice elemental, and she felt the cold intensity becoming stronger. And sure enough, blaster gauntlets with sandblasters to retract out of his hands. Truly, he really is my super heroic boyfriend after all. And also, Clyde, Lincoln's best friend, also transformed into a superhero made of rubber and slime. And he has a nice suit with goggles on him. And he looks really cool. And Sam was turned into a diamond elemental with a suit making her look more like a diamond samurai with deployable samurai swords made of diamonds. And Sid, Ronnie-Ann's best friend, turned into a wax elemental. And also, lastly, Stella turned into an ink elemental with ink pressure gauntlets. And she was quite happy about that. And I can also change the look of my attire as well by switching to swimsuit mode. And yes, it kind of looks like my usual swimwear that I was wearing when I first came here. And Lenny did the same by changing into her usual swimwear, which is for a water elemental. And plus, we were quite happy about that by changing our looks of our clothing whenever we want.
Yeah, I now embrace the shadows, because I truly am the living shadow.
You're gonna possess a bruise in a minute.
Yeah, I say we
Get him!
and make sure that this town of ours doesn't become a Hell-emental villain's nest. Precisely. If we want to track down the Hell-ementals leaders such as the smoke elemental, then we gotta make sure that none of the Hell-ementals escaped from their own crystals, which presumably got defeated with them during their sacrifice. Which I think is quite logical for that. If you guys were thinking, and if our new elemental bodies gives us powers, then we might have a chance to fight them. And I was literally so excited about me being the leader of my new official team of elementals that we can now be able to fly right out of the cave. And we began to fly right out of the cave and then into the night, which was literally amazing. And I've never been so free in my whole life.
Wow, babe. I never knew you could fly like a flame like that, because I've been flying just as fast as you.
And Ronnie-Ann said, yeah, I love being a poison elemental, and that Sid is now made of wax. Yeah, Lincoln, Clyde said, it's good to have like a rubbery, elastic best friend along with your friend who is made of ink to be on your side. And Sam, said Luna, well, it's a good thing I am now made of pure diamond, because a rock will always see a diamond like me. And that is what Sam said to her girlfriend. And then I knew that it is time for us to change back to normal. So I said the reverse version of my transformation phrase, flame off. and I was me again. And Lincoln did the same thing, and he was himself again. And everyone else had changed back. It's a good thing that we were back to normal again. And this could mean one other